dinner.
Girl!
That was a great mix. I was loving that mix. Y'all have to send that to me. That was an amazing mix.
I'm going to send it over to you.
Listen.
I'm going to send it over to you.
Man's gifted.
How are y'all doing?
We are good. How are you?
Good. Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday. We've got quite the show. So as much as I love that mix, we got to get into it because there are some things that have been happening on our internet that we definitely have to make sense of. Thank you, everybody, for joining us for another episode of Not Your Typical Girl Talk. If you are listening on the radio, make sure you're following us on all of our social media. And as usual, we're going to go ahead and introduce ourselves in alphabetical order.
Hey, everybody. My name is Garcia, and I'm so happy to be here with my Not Your Typical Girl Talk crew. As my good friend Toshiba was saying, we are on all the social media outlets. So check us out. Search for Not Your Typical Girl Talk. Thank you to Radio Region, syndicated through iHeartRadio, for allowing us this platform. You can listen to the replays of our show, 7 p.m. Eastern Times on internet radio through iHeartRadio. Just look out for Radio Region. And I'm going to do it quick. So Telly, what's going on, girl?
Girl, it's going good. Everything's good in the hood. And like Sheba said, it is... Yeah. Just when you think, okay, we get blown away. Yes, people, we do get blown away by some of these very interesting stories that people do in their life. Anyway, hey everyone, my name is Telly. I'm so happy to be here with my Not Your Typical Girl Talk crew. I'm not gonna waste any time because Sheba, girl, go ahead, child. We're gonna get into this. There's too much.
I am Toshiba. They call me Sheba. This is the first week of doing this show, and we're at over 100 shows by this point, where I had to censor something. In our promo video. This is how wild the world has gotten. That I had to censor it. That's all I'm going to say. Wait to find out what I had to censor. Before we get into it, my partner in crime, who happens to be matching me, and we did not plan this, introduce himself.
It's your boy.
Great mind.
It's happy Saturday. Welcome, everybody. And I'm curious to see what all the hubbub's about.
So one hubbub I don't quite understand. And, I know this is big news for people, but I still don't get Pete Davidson and Kim Kardashian. So we all woke up to news this week where we had this clip, and it said that he had officially, he's officially announced that Kim Kardashian, his girlfriend, and he did so on this show. But I just want people to pay attention and see Pete Davidson. Okay.
I actually like the vibe of your room. Are you in your bedroom right now? Could you show us around? What do you got there? What's on your bed?
I got my giant flower pillows, and I got some stuffed animals. Oh great, I like my closet open. I'm moving. I'm in the process of moving, so it is not great over here.
Yeah, is that a Kardashian candle on your other shoulder? I've got good eyes.
Yes, it is. That is exactly what that is.
Well, before she was on a candle in his bedroom, Pete and Kim were first romantically linked back in October. Since then, paparazzi has spotted them several times together. You're so famous right now. Is it as fun as people think it is?
Well, I don't really have Instagram. I don't have Instagram or Twitter or any of that stuff. So, most of my daily life is, getting into cars and showing up set. Or I just, if I'm off, I just either hang with my friends or chill with my girlfriend inside.
You heard right. He said girlfriend, everybody. For the first time, Pete officially confirming he and Kim are a couple.
Okay, so here's my thing about that entire clip. First of all, I'm going to judge People magazine right now.
Oh, God.
They really dug deep to find a headline out of that interview.
Ooh.
What was this interview to promote? I don't understand what just happened. They're talking to him.
What gets me is why did he even agree to do this? His publicist called People Magazine wants to talk to you. Are you available? Yeah, I'm available. And then the way how he's talking, he just sounds very like he's given up on life.
Yeah, like a
No, he
child.
sounds like a stoner.
And then the pillows, the childish toys in the background, and he reminds me of like a 14-year-old teenager. That's what he's acting, and I'm sure there are like more mature 14-year-olds.
It's an insult to 14-year-olds. Here is my thing. And after watching that, I thought, of all of the men to turn Kim Kardashian against black men and put her in that direction, it was Kanye. What does it say about Kanye that after having 1, 2, 3 black husbands,
girl,
that man, he's not even behind me anymore, but that was the man that she's.
I don't get it.
No, I'm done.
I don't
honestly,
get it.
like,
I don't
to be
understand.
honest with you,
Nothing.
The one white guy that I think would have been good to get Kim Kardashian on that train would have been someone like, I don't know, Chris Evans, or, you know, one of those good looking white guys. Like,
well, yeah, what did she see? You know what I think?
I don't know.
I think because we were talking about this in our planning call, you know, she sees Courtney with, you know, Travis Barker, who's obviously more mature, obviously, than Pete. But then she also sees, you know, Megan Fox, yes,
Yeah.
with Machine Gun
Kelly.
And maybe in her mind, she thinks, well, okay, if they're making it work with their choice in men, maybe I should lower my standards and get me one of those kind of men too. But when you look at the history of Pete, he's not exactly a winner when it comes to relationships. So I'm not sure what Kim is thinking. I don't know if this is just a rebound where she's thinking, okay, I'm just gonna date this guy.
I think she's just having fun.
Have some fun.
That's
it.
it.
That has
She's
to be
having fun because it
That
looks
has
like
to be
she's
it.
picked up a 5th child.
She picked up a 5th child. I think Nori is more mature than Pete.
Yeah, I could see North schooling him.
North probably does.
And listen, as a Jamaican, that whole candle thing in the background with a Kardashian I just thought Abia. Honestly, I saw a candle.
Your mind went there too?
And I was like, I thought Abia. I don't want Rob to have a candle with my face on it. No, thank you. Why does he have a candle with her face in his bedroom? Like Abia. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna leave that there. Robbie, 3 times. You gonna wait for your segment, or you?
Yeah, pretty much. That's just Dennis Rodman, ladies and gentlemen.
I wish them nothing. Like I don't wish.
Yeah, I
wish them nothing.
I'm just keeping my mouth.
That's exactly why she's with him, because nobody is like, when are you going to marry Pete? When are y'all going to have a baby? She's never going to hear that.
True. That's true.
Oh, facts.
Speaking of people with baby things, so imagine you wake up and your name is in the news and you find out why. It's not about you, it's about an ex-boyfriend of yours. And so this week, lovely Ashanti, after not being tied, okay, to Nelly for years, got tied to Nelly this week for all the wrong reasons. And I'm going to just show you here, we're going to pause this. Ashanti trends after Nelly accidentally uploads intimate video to his IG story. Let me lean in. So listen, I searched high and low for this video, and I could not find this video. However, the next clip I'm about to show you will tell you probably why Nelly wouldn't want me to see this video, because this is the new ad that they're using.
Girl, I'm done.
So for those on the radio, they have Nelly's face on a can of small Vienna sausage Wheatus. So they are comparing Nelly's man parts to Vienna sausage Wheaters. This is why they probably scrubbed the internet of said video. And then poor Ashanti, because the people are like, dude, that's why Ashanti wasn't even trying to, like, she didn't care. This is why Chantel left you for her shoe pacifier and her brand, because you have a wiener, ladies.
I mean, you know what? The Vienna sausage can, y'all. That says it all. First of all, you know, again, I don't know how this video was leaked. I don't really know how it got out, but I don't even know how you handle the situation. As I always say to Tully, I'm like, the person that responded best to a sex tape ever in history was the woman we were just talking about, Kim Kardashian. Nelly should just be like, yeah, you know what?
Own it.
I own it. Whatever.
Everyone already knows it.
But yes, there is a whole issue when your face is plastered on a Vienna sausage can for the whole world to see. And I'll leave it there. Now we know why women are leaving a man that's worth multiple millions of dollars. Telly,
it's just dry, cause like online, look, the internet's evil, but it's also very funny. And just the comments that these people were leaving. I mean, the sausage.
Someone did it.
It just, I don't know. I mean, like we were saying before, no one knows how this video got deleted. Or sorry, got uploaded. But the thing is, his response was just lame, because he's like, oh, you know, this video was old, and as if it grew longer since the time it was originally posted. Like, dude, like, too little, too late. Just stop. Stop while you're still ahead, Nelly. And figure out you. Figure out you. I don't know. Come on, Nelly. As for Ashanti, in truth, now we see why her and Chantel decided to not go any further. I mean, the only thing that could say about this whole sausage picture is that it might be small, but the taste, I don't know. I mean, there's so many things going on with this.
Garcia's face right now. On the radio, this is my life.
Because, like, I didn't see the video either. But people are saying that this girl, you know what, it doesn't matter. So the point is that do better, Nelly.
Yeah.
Stop putting your business or sharing your video with friends, whoever did.
Yeah.
If he didn't upload it, someone clearly close to him did. Just own it. Because clearly.
I would hope if the rumors are true and this is a depiction of Nelly's men parts, that he did not share it. I would hope you would be embarrassed that is what. No. So, Robbie 3 times, you just don't wait. Because
Robbie's like, no.
Yeah, I'll wait for the segment. But yeah, I thought these two stories made me sad.
Well, you know what is sad?
Oh, dear.
So imagine you are invited out with your girlfriend, all 3 of us, and I say, girl, we're going to go have fun tonight. We are going to go to a sip and paint. Oh. And so you're at your sip and paint, and for those who don't know what a sip and paint is, it's where you go and you think that you're an artiste, and the instructor gives you wine, and you start drawing, and then you make this beautiful picture, and you tell the world that you're amazing. Well, this little sip and paint situation ended up giving more than I think people were bargaining for. And it was more than we are bargaining for, so I actually had to blur this video out. I'm just gonna play this.
The happy face! Sheila put a happy face over
Just for those who don't understand why there's a happy face here, these are a group of people, if you're on the radio, so imagine you're in a room full of people at a sip and paint, and you look to your right or to your left, and there's a young lady giving a male entertainer that I'm guessing she just met that night at her sip and paint, fellatio. I can't say again, I was got us canceled the last time, so I'm trying to be proper with my words. So beside you is Smutty. I get Smutty something they should be giving them at a sip and paint. I literally had to blur this out. I had to, look, like, again, blurt it out. Sorry, I had to blur it out. Like, that's how much. I've never had to blur out in the hundreds and the 2 episodes that we've had, and I've done promo videos, I've never had to blur something out. What do you do, ladies, if that is your friend?
Oh God, we're not friends anymore, yo. I don't know you. I don't know you.
I'm trying to
lose my number. I don't know you.
I mean, first
I
of
don't
all,
know you.
you know, sip and pains are usually things that, you know, it's a fun way to entertain you and your friends without expecting anything other than family fun. You know what I mean? Sip and pains, other than the wine, are almost safe enough for a 12-year-old to show up. You know,
supposed to be.
They wouldn't get wine, but it would be a good place to bring a young teenager or a young adult. I don't know what, like, I don't know. Okay, fine. You met this guy he's one of the performers, whatever. There was nowhere else in the building to go.
Okay.
Like, it needed to happen right there in front of people while they're painting by numbers.
You can find a bathroom, a dark
Yeah,
alley, I don't know, your car.
And if that was my girlfriend,
no, we're not friends anymore, girl. I told you, we're not friends.
So
If that was
again,
my
for
friend.
those
Lose my number.
on the radio, this situation was happening right on the floor where everyone else was painting. This wasn't someone who saw them and snuck it. It
Right.
was right in front of everyone to see this young lady, if we can call her a lady, decided that this was, I guess, I don't know if she's never had wine before. I don't know exactly what her deal
Oh,
is.
that's a good point. Maybe she was taking wine with medication.
There is no wine in the world that's that strong. And as
No wine in the world is that
we've had
strong.
100 proof rum. Okay? 100
right?
proof
It's not.
rum.
It's not
Don't mix
Rand
it with that.
nephew.
Ray nephew on steroids.
It's light wine, 5%.
Listen, yo, she's a freak. You know, she took the whole art thing too far. She was like, well, I'm gonna do out some live art, and she just grabbed this entertainment man who clearly has no problem getting it, even if it means the whole world to watch.
I don't even know.
Here's my concern. Here's my concern. Ladies, if a man is just so quick to take out his body and allow you to do what you do, are you not asking questions?
Yeah, because you know
she was too hot and heavy to ask questions.
he's been places.
He's been
And
like
she
this.
wants to go to those places.
Yeah, but
She obviously.
This is why we have you, Rob. So has she, obviously.
Or maybe that's the first time they ever took her anywhere.
COVID. Maybe it was COVID and she hadn't been out in 2 years and she said, if I'm gonna live my life, I'm gonna live my life. COVID kept me down, but not no more.
She could be tired.
COVID kept me down and not no more.
We are going to judge. Women, we're going to judge. We will judge you if you go to a sip and pain.
I'm not afraid of sexual diseases anymore.
Yeah, isn't she afraid of like herpes getting in her face? Like, I don't know. There's too much.
We're all out here getting vaccinated from COVID, yet we are still out here.
I just need to go back to the clip. Like I actually
doing
back
things
to the
in
clip.
public.
So we understand what happened. Like, let's just go back. I'm gonna have to pause it real quick, but let's just. This is people. There are people.
People, it's a
I'm
full
going to
house.
judge you. I'm going to. There are people.
Full
There's
house.
a person there. There's a person there. There are people. No, I'm going to judge you. I had to blur it. Judgment. Ladies, I will judge you if you go to a sip and pains and give a man fellatio on the floor. That is all I'm going to say.
I'm not your friend. I don't know you. If we went there together, I am leaving by myself. You are not my friend.
I would be.
Lose my number. Call yourself your own damn Uber. You're not riding with me and your herpes face because you just decided to do something with man in public. No, yo, come on.
Like,
Come
how
on,
do you
ladies.
explain that away? Like, what do I say to you guys after I have what do
I don't even know.
Oh my
I would just be looking at my friend like,
am I missing something? And then imagine the people that don't know this girl and they're just there, you look up and then you look back again, you're just like, what? Am I being punked? Like, what's going on here?
Oh God! Speaking
This
of
world is going
someone,
mad.
listen. Don't do that, ladies, please. Sip and paint. Have sip and paint. That is it. Sip and paint. That's all you do. Don't. It's not sip, paint, and suck. But so someone's life who sucked a little bit was a bartender in Las Vegas who got robbed and then was forced to pay the money back. So the headline for those on the radio, it states, and then I will read the article. Las Vegas bartender who was robbed at gunpoint files lawsuit after boss made him pay back the stolen money.
Oh, dear.
Now, you would think that he had orchestrated the robbery himself, but there has been no evidence to the point. So let me read the article. So, according to the Washington Post, Edward Parker was working the night shift at a Las Vegas bar when a man strolled in and pointed a gun at him and demanded all the cash on hand. The gunman took money out of the bar's cash register. He threatened Parker to kneel on the floor with his hand on his head, according to a lawsuit Parker filed a few weeks ago. The intruder allegedly got away with nearly $4,000. After the altercation went down, Parker found himself in the office explaining the robbery to the owner and senior manager. After explaining the robbery, the owner told Parker he would have to pay back the funds that were stolen. According to the lawsuit, Parker was scared because the incident happened during the pandemic and didn't want to lose his job, so he agreed to the terms and eventually paid the money back. But now he has received legal advice and is coming for the company with a major lawsuit. Like what?
Yeah, I know that, after hearing this story, we discussed, why is this even a thing? Because companies are insured for a reason.
Right.
And the idea that they're demanding that he pay this money back when it's like, okay, there's proof that he didn't orchestrate it himself.
Right.
What did they want him to do? Do kung fu and kill the guy?
They want him to be John Wick.
Yeah, were they expecting him to become, like John Wick or Bruce Lee and take over the situation and save the day?
Wow.
That's
horrible.
Let me just repeat. They said 4,000, not 40,000, not 400,000. Now, it doesn't matter the amount, but you are running a bar in Las Vegas. I lived in Las Vegas. The last I checked, Las Vegas doesn't even have like a last call. So people are just drinking all tons of. You're gonna make that money back, and like we said, it's insured. Right. So
exactly.
What?
I get
it's the pandemic, and the poor man was afraid of losing his job. But come on, man.
And then, I'm pretty sure this business was insured for at least $2 million in a place like Las Vegas. So, I hope he gets.
I hope he gets the best lawyer he can, and that he goes after them.
Wins his case. Sounds
that's stupid.
Very unfortunate situation.
That's not right.
Especially during the pandemic, where people were already going through bad economic times, and now this guy is out 4,000, but hopefully he'll get 40,000 back. And he'll get money for pain and suffering, because that has to be traumatic. Like, first of all, you've gone through a traumatic experience because you were robbed at gunpoint. You're on your knees in those moments, not knowing if the person is going to shoot you. Because when you put the gun in your face, you're not thinking if it's loaded, if it's not loaded. You just know that there is a gun in your face.
That's it.
And so you go through that traumatic experience. You go into the office to let them know what's happened. And their thing is not, how are you okay? How we can send you home, figure you out. They said, oh, okay, well, you got to pay that money back. Anyways,
so what do you want to do? Get shot in the face for it? Like, they're not paying him enough. They don't pay enough for this man to risk his life for $4,000.
We're good. So we've got 4 other topics, but before we go, we are going to have, because Robbie 3 times has not been.
Robbie is loaded.
And these stories were too juicy. So we're going to have our 3 minutes with Robbie 3 times. And go.
Oh, I just sighed. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on Pete and Kim. Here's the thing. He's Kim Kardashian's boyfriend. That's pretty much it. Then poor Nelly. Like when your fetishes backfire on you, you done gave yourself a BDR now. Now the streets is looking out for you for all the wrong reasons. And man, I'm pretty sure he got hacked, and those is a victim of hacking recently. Just
He was hacked. He was hacked. And
He was
digitized his wiener. Okay.
That's it.
I appreciate that.
then just
He was hacked.
WTF? Like, what is this? Like gulping pain? Like I can imagine no one ever went to a sip and paint expecting to see somebody's face get painted. I mean, this is ridiculous. Like, this is just absolutely ridiculous. Like, she has to be terminal, like 6 months to live or something like that. Like, all right, lot of mercy. Because that's almost like, I want to question bro, because it's almost like, damn, dog, like, if that's where the relationship starts, she can be easy to get rid of. That's all I'm saying on that one.
Not her.
And then to the poor fella, like, I almost wanted to call him, like, is he a migrant worker or something like that? Like, the way that they were treating him, it seems like that's the way that you would deal with someone who was illegal or something like that. So maybe he secured his documentation and talked to an attorney, and you know, it is Vegas. Maybe he took the odds and said, you know what, this is wrong. I'm gonna pay his money back, in the intent of suing them for that. But you would think the boss pulled the gun out when he told him what he was gonna do, because like, you wouldn't have got that money back from me, not without a gun at least, you know. So these stories just kind of made me sad. Like, the fellas are not looking good in the first half of the show.
Aww.
It's just like story after story after story. Like, bro, what happened? Damn,
Oh.
Well, and Casper Everrising said, poor girl sucking on his cucumber as she talks about our good old friend.
Sip and paint.
Sip and paint.
Sip and paint, that's her name.
Sip and paint.
It's sip, paint,
Sip
suck.
and paint.
You sipped all right.
Sip, paint, suck. But we're going to reset the room. So Garcia, because we got 4 other stories, and the next one is going to actually peeve Robbie 3 times off. So go on.
Yes, we hope you're having the best time.
We sure are.
We are laughing. We are having a good time here at Not Your Typical Girl Talk. As you know, we have our replays every Saturday at 7 p.m. on internet radio, Radio Regent, syndicated through iHeartRadio. Thank you to Radio Regent for allowing us this platform. Y'all, we are just doing our best to not get canceled. As you can see, we are out here watching every single word. Every single word.
We're walking on eggshells.
Yes, we are.
Jesus.
And we're doing a good job, I think. So, yeah.
Yay,
Yay us. Yes. And now back to the show.
So somebody that they are coming for to try and cancel. We have talked about this lady over the past couple of weeks because they've been trying to drag her name to the streets. And Adele got herself in some hot water for daring to say that she loves being a woman. Yes, you heard me right, Radio Regent. She got in trouble for saying at the Brit Awards when she was accepting her award, I love being a woman. Don't believe me? Just watch. So this is the headline. I am going to show you the headline.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew
So
it.
we ready?
I knew it.
So Adele accused of transphobia by some. Singer said she loves being a woman at gender neutral award show. I am also going to play the clip, and I'm then also going to read what we learned a new word this week, Robbie, 3 times, and now you will too. So this is our friend Adele at the award show.
I really love being a woman and being a female artist. I do.
So I love being a woman and a female artist. I do to Cheers. After she not even came off stage, she was still probably in the glow of her award, and they decided to tweet this. Please no, Adele can't be a TERF. That last comment, though, ambiguous, could be perceived as turfy. Please no. So we then had to go look up the word TERF, and I kind
know
of
that from Dave Chappelle.
So do you know what the word TERF means, Robbie? Three times?
I do. I'm not a complete savage.
So what is it?
Trans exclusionary. What is it?
Radical feminist.
Yeah.
So
basically, when you're saying that the T in LGBTQ isn't a real F, they don't like that.
So to repeat, TERF, trans exclusionary radical feminist. And as Casper ever said, I can't with these idiots. So this gentleman made this note, and people responded, and we wanted to read some of the responses because they were actually quite funny. So somebody said, misogyny textbook example in 2 seconds.
Wait.
Two males disapproving a woman for the way she expresses herself and for daring to say she's proud to be a woman, and a female artist. Plot twist, one of them calls himself a staunch feminist. So again, these were two men coming for Adele, one who calls. Now this one is quite funny. Another person said, how dare Adele use language that is not, hold on. Oh, darn it. Give me a second. I forgot to pause it. Give me a second. Okay, pause. How dare Adele use language that is not inclusive of those who identify as a woman, female, and artist, but are none of these things? She should have said, I love being a sentient birthing unit and a vulva-carrying entertainer. Only trans women can say they're proud of being a woman.
Oh.
Do you want to go first?
Honestly, it's not fair. I mean, why is it that a trans person can say that they're proud to be whatever they identify to be, and then Adele, who was born a woman, has always identified as a woman, is a woman? She's not allowed to say that she's proud to be what she is. And who gives birth? Did they come out of a man? No, that's my checks. Everything that's a human or that's born comes from a female. So why are they picking up? You know what? They couldn't get through with Dave Chappelle because Dave Chappelle was like, screw all y'all and give a bloody lip what any of y'all think. I am standing my ground. So they're like, okay, well, who else can we pick on? Let's pick on Adele.
You know I didn't pick her.
Yeah, like for me, this is foolishness. Like this entire thing is
ridiculous.
Dumb. Like, first of all, people can't be proud of who they are anymore.
No.
Because it offends you?
Yes.
Well, what does my feeling about me have to do about you?
Nothing.
Like you can say that you're proud to be a
toaster.
You can be proud to be whatever you want. I'm happy for you. Whatever you want to be proud.
Yeah, be proud of it. That's
for
fine.
You. But here we have the Brit Awards, which decided we need ratings because no one watches us. So I know, let's have a neutral.
Gender neutral show. So
we won't have any gender. We won't be giving out the awards to best female artist or best male artist. It's called trying to get ratings.
That's it.
Because how is that helping the trans community by having that award show?
It's not helping anybody.
How does that help the LGBTQ? How does that help anyone? It helps no one. So there's that part. And then you bring Adele, one of the most decorated singers in modern times, and tell her that she should sit down and shut up because she's proud to be a woman in an industry that hates women.
I mean,
so Casper Ever says, so old-fashioned folks can't express themselves now? No, we can't.
Sadly, we can't, which is ridiculous. But they can express themselves to be or identify as anything they want.
Yeah, and
it just doesn't make sense.
That part.
Yeah, and
that
I believe
part,
this too.
Nikki NBA,
that's it.
That's
where
what
this is all
was
stemming
implying,
from.
girl. It's because she's dating a black man.
That's a
Right,
part
that's
of
it.
it.
And God forbid she actually lost weight and is now looks
That's
amazing.
It
why.
stems from that.
It started with
It
that.
started with that. She lost weight, and that's when the spiral went downward.
Because she's still not down in Twinkies.
Not the Twinkies.
Yeah, right. She decided to stop smoking and drinking and really
Make her
look at
best
her body
life.
and make her
She's
body the
glowing and they hate her for it.
Yeah.
Adele
They
is living
wanted
her
her to-
very best life. And instead of focusing on the fact that after everything she's endured, the divorce, the weight loss, and I mean again, the divorce, all of that stuff, they want, first of all, let me just stop there for a second. A gender neutral award, really?
Girl, that ain't helping nobody. That's called a marketing gimmick.
It's marketing. Remember back in the day when they
Recipe
used to
for
have
disaster.
A gender neutral award. They eliminated best female, best male, anything. So she just won best artist for
Best
whatever the
artist.
thing was. Like it's crazy, right?
That's like a pronoun-free dinner, and you just have to refer to everybody. Hey, you.
You,
Right.
they, them.
No, you can't say they and them because those are pronouns. You
Yeah,
just have to
like
say you.
you
And point
over there.
Adele, we do not cancel you.
No.
Listen,
No,
they tried
Adele's
to
one of my favorites.
cancel
Listen,
her for the Vegas show. They tried to cancel her, saying that her and Rich were breaking up. And by the way, she also showed up with a ring on her left hand, and everybody's
It was
talking
a
about she
beautiful
might
ring.
it. And Adele also says she's planning to have a baby next year. So haters, bye bye.
A couple
Keep doing
kids.
her thing.
Do you
And
get-
good come up, Rich. Good for you.
Yeah, absolutely. For those that are like, oh, we're going to stop buying your album. It's like, no,
That's
you're
fine.
not. You're going to keep on buying her album in secret because you love Adele, whether she's female or male, whatever she identifies as. So just leave people alone, man. Leave her alone.
Listen, she's
Stop
never
it.
happier, so that's why
Exactly.
I'm coming for her.
Misery loves company.
Here is someone that people are coming for, and someone in our community tried to defend. And I tried to, this person went on a 5-minute rant. I broke it down to 2 minutes, but it was important that you hear what this person had to say, and then the person in our community who tried to defend them. So Joe Rogan was basically recently accused of being a racist because he says racist-ish. Okay, and when you say racist-ish, that's usually what's going to happen, right? Or people are going to call you racist. Well, this was Joe Rogan's response to being a racist. And we're going to play.
Hello, friends.
We're not friends.
I'm making this video to talk about the most regretful and shameful thing that I've ever had to talk about publicly. There's a video that's out that's a compilation of me saying the N-word. It's a video that's made of clips taken out of context of me of 12 years of conversations on my podcast, and it's all smushed together, and it looks fucking horrible, even to me. Now, I know that to most people, there's no context where a white person is ever allowed to say that word, never mind publicly on a podcast. And I agree with that now. I haven't said it in years, but for a long time, when I would bring that word up, like if it would come up in conversation, instead of saying the N-word, I would just say the word. I thought as long as it was in context, people would understand what I was doing. Like that context was part of the clip we were talking about Red Fox, how Red Fox said that word on television in the 1970s, and how times have changed so much since then. Or about how Richard Pryor used it as one of the titles of one of his albums. Or I was quoting a Lenny Bruce bit, or I was quoting a Paul Mooney bit, or I was talking about how Quentin Tarantino used it repeatedly in Pulp Fiction, or I was talking about how a Netflix executive, ironically,
So when does the apology start?
because he was trying to compare it to
I don't
another
hear a sorry.
said it out loud, and they fired him.
All of him looking for excuses to make up for his racist bati.
The word out loud.
That's all I hear.
I was also talking about how there's not another word like it in the entire English language, because it's a word where only one group of people is allowed to use it, and they can use it in so many different ways. Like if a white person says that word, it's racist and toxic, but a black person can use it, and it could be a punch, it could be a term of endearment, it could be lyrics rap song. It could be a positive act. It's a very unusual word, but it's not my word to you. I'm well aware of that now, but
Okay, so we're going to digest that for a second, and then we're going to go to someone who decided I am going to come to the defense of Joe Rogan because he is my friend. And that person is Jay Prince. So he writes, Joe Rogan is not a racist. I know this brother. It takes a sincere individual to admit when they are wrong and have effed up about a situation. As you can hear, as we all did, as you can hear, he's done that and I forgive him because I never want to become one of those people that are filled with unforgiveness and hate that we complain about all the time. Let this be an example to others of the sensitivity of the word nigger being said by anybody other than an LOL.
But who cares what he says? He's not
Exactly.
the spokesperson for all Black people.
Like,
Who the hell do you think he is?
He's
He
not-
can sit down, but he can do.
He's not.
You
the
don't
king,
represent the Black community.
he is not the king of Wakanda, so
Thank
therefore
you.
he needs to sit down.
You can forgive him all you
He
want,
is-
but
like the thing is here is that first of all, that wasn't an apology.
that wasn't an
At all.
apology.
That was him going through the history of Black people using the N-word. That's what that was. I'm like, dude,
That was BS.
your examples are all Black people saying the words. So you're not proving any point. Second point, there's never, and anyone listening to this, I'm telling you, there is no excuse, no context.
No.
in
No
which to
context.
use the N-word. If you are talking about a song, you say that Jay-Z and Kanye N-word in Paris.
Paris.
You do
Exactly.
not
Say N-word. You don't
say
say the other word.
the other word.
You don't have that right. You're not Black.
You just don't say it. And I think that, Joe Rogan, he is like one of the biggest podcasts literally of all time.
For reasons we don't know why.
Right. Well, I know why. I've met a lot of young millennials love him. And, especially the men,
Of course.
they love him. They relate to him. So he's got like hundreds of millions of children and young people listening to him a month. Spotify is making some money. They're not going to cancel him no matter who leaves the platform
That part.
of their music. They're not going to cancel him. So he decided, let me just make up this stupid apology
Ridiculous.
and so I don't get canceled.
he was probably the one that even put it together himself.
Right.
And released it.
And as for, our friend that thinks he's saving the day, listen, racists have Black friends.
oh yeah,
That part.
purposely to
And
protect themselves.
I'm just going to stop there.
Purposely. We're always running to the white man's defense. Always. We're always the one to say, oh, it's okay, Massa. Like, stop it. Come on.
Bobby 3 times. You just want to wait till your segment and you
I'm gonna wait mostly for my son. I will kind of segue into that because this is a good learning opportunity. This is the part where guys like Joe are frustrating to me. You meet them a lot in the sports world and entertainment world. They love Black culture, but they don't like Black people. I.e., there's a certain number that if it exceeds that many in my house, I'm all of a sudden feeling uncomfortable. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna just leave it at that. So he's not a racist, he's just racist adjacent. Like whatever the racist neighborhood is, he lives across the street. So he technically lives there, but he's real close to it.
So before we go to our next story, Nikki NBA says he was doing damage control so Spotify doesn't take away his $1 million contract.
And here's the thing about that, Spotify knew they knew about all these episodes. That's why they just went and removed them. It's certain things that they can calculate.
It was always there before.
If this stuff ever blows up, we're editing shows from 2008 and 2009. We're dedicating content. And yeah, he's remixed it. But again, that's my problem with it. It was not an apology. It was more of like it's so unfair that we can't use this word.
That's
Exactly.
it. Just him complaining that he can't use the word.
Well, and that's the thing. They don't want to give. That's why racism is still so alive in this country because they don't even want to give us that freaking word. Well, we could have that word.
part.
They want to be able to have access to that word too, but you can't have it because when you could call us that, you could also lynch us. That's the point of why you can't use it.
Right. And yeah, that was over 70 episodes actually that Spotify
Yeah.
meaning the man used the word enough
Frequently.
times to literally delete 70 episodes. Like, what are we talking about? That's over like 12 years worth of episodes that they deleted. And when we look at this word, like Rob said, we're taking away a privilege from them. And they don't like having privileges taken away.
No, because they're the privileged king.
So I moved to Texas. Don't tread on me.
And someone who probably should learn less is more is our next person. And his name is Jonathan Allen of the Washington Commanders, who had to issue an apology for saying he wants to have dinner with Hitler, who he considers a military genius. And let's hear more about what he said. So, this
is one of those examples that Joe was talking about. Where
yeah.
As soon as I read that headline, I was just like,
Hitler. He's only allowed to have 3.
So, this started because he tweeted out, "Ask me anything." And a white man asked him, "You can have dinner with 3 people, dead or alive. Who are you inviting?" He said, "My granddad, Hitler, and Michael Jackson." The white man says, "2 of the 3 I understand, but please explain Hitler." And he responds, "He's a military genius, and I love military tactics, but honestly, I would want to pick his brain as to why he did what he did. I'm also assuming that the people I've chosen have to answer all my questions honestly."
Or they don't come with the Gestapo.
But then his apology then says, "Earlier I tweeted something that probably hurt people, and I apologize about what I said. I didn't express properly what I was trying to say, and I realized it was dumb."
Is he on medication or something? Did this meds just kick in? Look, you know what? He's just looking for attention. This makes no damn sense. He's looking for attention. He knew damn well, if I put Hitler, I'll start trending on Twitter. And when you trend on Twitter, you pretty much made it, apparently. So that's what he was doing. That makes no sense.
Also,
Hitler would shoot him.
Also,
so I don't know how far this dinner would get to.
Yeah. So how do you explain? How do you properly explain that you think that man was a military genius? He was a genius at genocide, killing people
without a thought,
children based on their nationality. Some of them their lifestyle. Some of them because they were Black.
So how far would this dinner have gone? He doesn't pray that Michael Jackson can keep him occupied doing the moonwalk or something to keep him occupied, because that dinner ain't gonna last long. And his grandpa, he's old. He can't do nothing.
It's funny.
This man's a twerp.
Even saying the name. I'm not even gonna say the man's name, because I don't think this man needs any more attention than he's already gotten in history. You know what I mean?
He's gotten too much.
And the idea that you, as a young
Black man
who has been afforded the opportunity to have a platform where you could share some great people that you would want to have a meal with, and this was one. Like, there was no one else. Like, there was no one else.
Dude, just be safe until you want to have dinner with Jesus and be done with it.
Choose Oprah, Michael Jackson, and Beyonce.
Say that.
The Dalai Lama.
Yeah, well, Barack Obama, Michelle,
Martin Luther King,
Hitler. Okay, we're done with him because we've already said the word and we want to move on. Now, somebody who is having too many dinners on people's dime. If you have not watched this new Netflix special, we would recommend that you do, because it is quite an interesting insight into how people think. And if you're wondering what I'm talking about, it's the Tinder Swindler.
I don't know.
Guys, this thing had us shook.
The Tinder swindler has now
Diamond.
officially been banned from most. That's not all. From most dating apps. Now, if you do not know what the Tinder swindler has been up to, I'm going to read a very quick article.
Yes, girl. Let the people know.
And we don't even know what his
Let
real
the people
name is.
know.
Quite frank, no one really knows. We don't know what his name is. I don't know if anybody knows, but we'll just assume that this is it. So, the so-called Tinder swindler is Shimon Hayut, a convicted fraudster born in Israel. He uses dating apps to meet multiple women, then establishes lines of credit and loans in their names, ultimately leaving them to hold the bill. Now, I'm not even going to continue. That's all you need to know. So he meets women on Tinder. He shows them, they think he's a billionaire or he's the son of billionaires. He shows them a lavish lifestyle, gets them hooked, and then turns around and gives them some elaborate story. And one particular woman ended up giving him $250,000. Ladies.
Okay, so first of all,
There's so
and
much.
I'm gonna say that there's so much to say. This literally kept me up all night when I saw it, because I didn't know what I was in for. I thought I was just
didn't
gonna
know
see
it would be
catfish.
that
I was
bad.
like, this makes catfish look elementary. But anyways, I don't know how he did it, but he manipulated this woman to get 9 different loans and keep on giving allowance to use credit cards in her name so he could live a lavish lifestyle in another country with another woman.
Okay.
And
That's her.
like he was Ponziing their money.
He was Ponziing
And he
everybody.
was doing this to families, not just women. He started off doing it to families as a babysitter. And then he began doing the woman thing. He started renting cars to look lavish.
Girl.
His Instagram account looked like it was hella lit. And my thing is, like, and women, listen, the reason why he got out of jail after like 5 minutes is because there is no crime when someone manipulates you to take out a loan.
He didn't have a gun to your
You
head.
didn't have a gun to your head. You could have blocked his
Could have
phone
blocked
number
him.
and just be
Being
like, this guy's
thirsty
trash.
is not a crime.
Being thirsty is not a crime, Rob says.
Being
If
thirsty
being
is not a
thirsty is
crime.
It's true.
And these women fell for it. The red flags. Now, maybe it's because we're very heavy on social media. We can see a cap when we see it. Maybe these women didn't see the cap, but girl,
They're too desperate. Like Rob
women,
said, thirsty, man.
you need to stop.
And white
Because a
privilege.
man
I hate to say
wearing
it.
a belt from Hermes,
Gucci.
wearing an Hermes belt, doesn't mean that you should take out loans and give him money.
I gotta say,
Why?
like, I can't feel sorry for these women.
I can't. I
can't.
can't.
I was trying. I was like, no. Like, this kept on giving him money, and instead of questioning him, yeah, I'll go and looking at penthouse for them to purchase and buy up. I'm like, girl, what's wrong with you? You don't see that this man is using you.
And if your father is the king of diamonds, why don't you ask
go
him for
ask
money?
him every minute. Oh, you know, they're after me. They're after me. Who? Oh, you know, the diamond industry is so dangerous. Oh, they're after me. And she had to fly to Amsterdam or something with all this money in her carry-on bag.
Listen, before Robbie 3 times even responds, it was so funny because as soon as I saw that picture of him with his quote-unquote billionaire parents, I was like, that picture is Photoshop.
Girl,
How do you not
we were
know
like,
Photoshop
listen,
picture?
that is
Because
Canva.
you went outside when I was watching it,
Canva
but
plus.
I'm going to put it up later. The picture was Photoshop.
It was
You can
Photoshop.
tell he
You can see
spliced
the cutout
himself
line.
okay into the family photo. Anyways, Robbie 3 times.
Canva.
And white privilege. Only a white man, a white attractive man, could be believed with these levelers lies. Like, look, I can't even take 100 into the gas station without them being like. So I know good and good damn well. I can't get away with all of this levels and layers of lying.
In the interest of time, we are going to go into our second segment and have Robbie 3 times have his 3 minutes. So we're going to do 3 minutes with Robbie 3 times and go.
Oh man, dude. That Adele story. I love me some Adele now. I wasn't even an Adele fan, but I'm an Adele fan now.
Hey.
I know it's soon as I heard the story about what she said, I was like, that's gotta be them trans peoples. And I am not trying to throw shade at them. I'm just saying, cancel me if you need to, but they are a very difficult group to get along with. Jesus. Oh, maybe I can't even say that. Joe Rogan, like I said, Joe Rogan, man, he's not racist, just racist adjacent. Just for not being a racist, I say a lot of racist things. For not being a racist, because maybe I'm not really a racist, I'm more of a classist, because I definitely ain't got no poor black friends. You can best to believe that. And this is just a learning opportunity, and rather than take it as such, it was more of like a teaching opportunity to why it's not fair that I'm even in trouble for this.
Jonathan Allen.
Just like I said, back to the N-word, because that's literally the first thing that I thought when I read the title of that. I was just like, what in the world? Of all the things that come out your mouth, how? And kind of like Jay Prince, I'm just like, yo, Jay, you can't save him, man. You're not Black Superman. You can't just come fly in there and put the stamp of approval on this guy. And, yo, Joe's getting older, and he's became more Trumpish. Let's just keep it a buck. And the whole Tinder swindler, I just wrote, ha, 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 all the way up. That is just hilarious. The whole story is hilarious. It's when gold diggers. It's really just when gold digging goes wrong mixed with
when gold digging goes wrong.
Kind of like Jay, what's his name, Jay Allen or whatever. Like when being clever goes wrong, when it's just like, don't outsmart being smart. You know what I mean? There's some things that if you would just have stopped at the smart decision, you wouldn't have got yourself into it. But you had to be smarter than the smart decision, and you wind up on Tinder swindler. Just Lord of mercy, how do you end up doing that? And like I said, white privilege again, because man, it's rough, boy. I need multiple forms of ID to cash checks and all that. It's a black man would not believe the level of fraudery and scamming and stuff like that. It just wouldn't happen.
And thank you, Robbie, 3 times. That was hilarious. We got one more clip. We're gonna actually just put it up while Telly puts this out. But if this is just a thing to the ladies, because this is a segment called Why Oh Why. Ladies, don't do this. Don't do it. Did y'all see that?
Come on.
Okay, let me just go back and show you what you don't do that.
Oh Jesus! You see that?
Okay.
Did you see how her eye?
Did you see what that
blue
was?
affected her eye? Her eyes are red.
Yeah.
This is lashes.
That's lashes.
Yeah. Just so people understand, we have a photo up right now of a young woman who has lash extensions that are literally touching her eyebrows.
It's like Mr. Snuffleupagus, but on steroids.
No, do that, ladies.
Don't
do it. This.
Her eyes are infected from the glue. It looks like.
So don't do that. Okay. So Telly, take us out.
Thank you so much, everyone, for listening and for watching. In case you just happen to stumble upon our page today, give us a follow. Not Your Typical Girl Talk. We want to thank Radio Regions for giving us this beautiful platform to share the foolishness, or I should say, trying to make sense of the foolishness on the internet. Sometimes it's challenging, but we do our best to nitpick and put things around and rearrange. And we hope you took your notes today. Specifically the ha 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 ha, that was a very important note. Make sure you take that, ladies, because that's Thank you so much, everyone. Listen to all of our episodes from past weeks, years. Actually, yeah, it's been a while now. Listen to us on Radio Region, syndicated through iHeartRadio. We got a YouTube page. That's right. You can find all of our past posts, all of our past episodes on YouTube under the name Not Your Typical Girl Talk. And while you're there, you might as well subscribe. We're on Facebook. Follow us on there as well. And if you have any ideas or any tips you want to leave for us, head into our DMs. Leave us a tip, things you want us to talk about. We're always open to hearing. And if you want to join us live, feel free. to hear from you. If you agree or disagree with what we said, let us know. We won't fight you. Let us know what's up. Listen, y'all, we're all trying to make it here. We're all trying to make sense. It's a messed up world. But you know what? You got Persia, you got me, you got Queen Sheba, you got Roddy Ross 3 times. Preach.
Oh.
You already know what to do.
And no man has ever said, "Oh my God, look at those lashes."
No. So, goodbye, everybody. We will see you next week. Hey, 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 hey.